What's up? How you doing, baby?
Are we flipping the script today? I'm doing good. It is our last recording of 2020, and this will be the first episode we drop for 2021. So we about 30 minutes away from 2021, and
I don't know why everybody make a big deal. Like of a new year, like don't matter. Each day is new, like it's a new day.
Right, each day is a
You
new day. But I think our last episode was called "Celebrate" because we talked about needing to celebrate things now, especially with how things are.
I celebrate this electricity.
Right.
I celebrate this water.
Right. So there's nothing wrong with celebrating tonight, right? And celebrating New Year's and celebrating whatever.
So I mean, another reason to. Yeah, I feel you. I guess
you know what I mean?
Reason to.
We got fireworks going on out right now. I mean, this was a fucked up year. By the way, this is Moragne, I'm Diami, and you are
Mimi.
Thank you for listening. You can either find us on Spotify, Facebook, Instagram. You know the drill. Just go ahead and type in the Moragnes podcast. Google that, and you'll be directed directly to where you can find us.
This drink is good.
Thank you very much. I made ginger ale with a little bit of Myers rum and a little bit of the whiskey that we copped your pops.
I don't give my dad something
and use a little bit of it.
it.
Yo, he kills mad bottles of alcohol that I don't even sip. I'm not mad at that. So I saw it. I didn't want to use the knob because the knob is stronger. The knob's 100 proof. This whiskey from Mexico is of your people. This is ancestral grain that they used in this. So just wanted to go ahead and support the peoples and make something tasty. So I'm glad you enjoyed it. I killed mine. You over here babysitting. But you were talking about 2020 and just everything in general. And the biggest thing, of course, in 2020 has been COVID. And we usually start off with updates in regards to that. So a couple interesting things since we last sat down and discussed it. We talked about a new strain that has entered the United States, and now 2 cases in Colorado and 1 confirmed case here in California. And I guess there's a 70% rate, or it has a 70% greater chance of you becoming affected than the other one. So it appears to be stronger. You had a conversation with your brother today, and he was, who works in the medical field. He was kind of hipping you to some information in regards to that. So
they're stacking bodies upon bodies upon bodies. And that's fucking sad. That's just, man, it's sad. So many people, so many lives lost. Whether it's just a fucking virus or not, like, people don't want to call, oh, I ain't scared of it. How could you not be scared of this? Like, yes, into the way they think about regular virus or a cold or whatever the fuck kills more people than whatever. But dude, like, really? Look at these numbers in such a short amount of time.
I think that a lot of people are just scared. And so normally when you're scared, you say you're not scared of something and you try to overcome it with your mind. But the fear is real because it's a virus. So it's not like you're just you're a fear of failure, or you're afraid of something that is caused by your emotion or whatever the situation may be. This is an actual virus. So you can be as strong-minded as you want to, but it is mind over matter. I believe that. But can your mind fight off an infectious disease? It can if your body's healthy, but if not, it's probably going to be a wrap.
More power to you, but have courtesy for the rest.
Oh, I agree with you.
My brother's over here looking like Caillou to protect his life and his family and everybody, He's...
Caillou. You're cold for that. You told that man he looked like Caillou.
Yes, because he said, I'm going to have to be wearing that whatever the fucking mask.
Right.
Now because he's going to be moving fucking COVID patients.
Right.
And he's taking that home.
Yes.
And I mean, he's gonna change or whatever, but fuck, it's just it's.
Again, this is week 3 of everyone in the medical field should go ahead and have their medical debt taken care of, or if anybody in the medical field is not a permanent resident, They should be given a residency as long as they pass background checks. They should be given their citizenship for putting their lives on the line. France did it for their people. We need to really do some things for our first responders. Just not anybody who's in the first responder. If you put your life, on the line, the people who continue to go to work to sacrifice,
I'll put my
their lives.
Check.
You know what I mean? You put your stimulus check.
Yeah, I put my stimulus check money in there to help fund this shit. I don't care.
Oh, you'll give up your Oh, of course, off top. Yeah, I'm not mad at that at all.
But it's just, I know I'm not saying not everybody should. I'm just because there's a lot of people that are looking forward to that money.
They're waiting for that $600, which is
whatever
a shame.
It is, $600 and all these
it's like
people.
$1
man,
and something
is just
a day.
fucking sad.
It's wild since they got. It's just disgusting. But Governor Newsome today made the announcement that he wants to send children to.
I'm trying not to curse.
He wants to send children to school, possibly. What are your thoughts about that? Because I know that homeschooling our son had been a challenge for you. You've done a remarkable job. So, is this something that you would be willing to do if you could go ahead and send Deuce back to school?
Spring, no. I don't think spring. It's still too soon.
So when would you send him back?
I'll feel probably comfortable once summer hits. I know they're in school, but it's still hot out here, so it's but maybe I'll consider it then. So I don't know, depending on the numbers.
So let's say they had...
Right now, there's zero capacity in Southern California.
No, I understand it. We're foreshadowing. This is... I don't understand why you make this announcement now when shit is raging.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So I don't understand why he chooses to... Why... Express
whatever.
Yourself. Don't... this is why people come to listen. They listen to you keep it 100.
Somebody has said something last time and said, okay, can you, at least, okay, it's not about beginning a new year, yada, yada, yada. Just think of it as just doing something new. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to try not to curse.
Oh, so someone challenged you not to
not
curse?
Challenge
just
me.
Challenge you
no,
to be
just
new?
to try something. Because me, I don't have New Year's resolutions. I don't have none of that shit.
So
so if you want, I don't remember who it was, and it just stuck.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try not to curse. So, needless to say, I have 30 minutes not to curse.
Our listeners will not listen to this. So, thank you for listening to this episode of The Moragnes. Mimi's no longer cursing. I understand if you hit unsubscribe.
You think it's funny?
I think it's hilarious. So, Gavin Newsom made the decision to... I don't know why he said this with what's going on. Makes no sense to me. But you're not sending Deuce back until when? So if they offer, let's say, some classes between June and September for the kids to come back, and then they'll continue their schooling or whatever. So they'll go to school when it's hot, and then they'll, once September rolls around, they'll go back to homeschool. Would you allow him to go to school?
When?
This coming summer. Let's say first class is June, whatever, first.
I mean, hoping things get better, but still with precaution. How are you going to still be temperature checking? Are you still, to what extent?
Yeah, they get temperature checked in the morning, and then
because he's going to have to wear his mask all day.
Right. They get checked.
So
in the morning
I know he's very clean. I don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
I'll have I always have him carry hand sanitizer. Even before this, and make sure he sanitizes his hands before he eats his snacks or whatever, because they don't do that over there.
Right.
So, at least do that, but I don't know. I don't know now, like how it's all gonna work out.
So,
to be honest,
what if they said they wanted him to be vaccinated to come back to school?
No,
you wouldn't do that.
No, I don't think so.
Not even in June.
Not even in June.
Okay, all right.
Because that's stupid. That's not you gotta right now we don't even know the numbers
of
what it's still too soon. I know Eli got to him, but he didn't do it because they wanted everybody that had direct contact.
At that time, he didn't have contact with COVID patients, so
now he's going to. So now he has to wait a week.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, I just, whatever. They're healthy, but you just never know. I mean, I know a lot of people that are healthy and are either dead or near dying.
Right. It's getting real, and that's the reality of this. Is that as it moves closer in the very beginning, you could listen to maybe the hearsay or the conspiracy theories or the misinformation or the disinformation. But now as it creeps closer to home and you have more loved ones and people that you have admiration for, personal admiration, maybe personal relationships with, as it starts to impact them, I can tell you that, some of the people who I work with, and supervise, this has hit them hard, and I'm glad and blessed that as of right now all of them are good. Family is good for the most part. And and I the same way that people have passed away close to us or are near dying, we also have the people that have recovered. Yes.
Or are in recovery to it. So,
yes.
But it's a 50-50 chance. That's not the chances I'm willing to take. For me, if I can, one person from not getting fucking sick, or I don't know if I have it, and then we don't have any symptoms.
Life is, life is a game of chances and odds anyway. So why increase the odds of it not working out for you by doing those type of behaviors? You know what I mean?
Like we ain't already got enough.
Right. And so I think it's crazy. It's like, damn, we're out today and I have a habit that I picked up from my pops of when I see another man of color, I always look him in his eye and, address him, see, how you doing, And if I'm bouncing, I'll let him know, hey, like I said, I was like, damn, I sound like a pops. Like, all right, have a woman, be safe, brother, whatever, And I thought about it, and you hear it more often now because of COVID. Be safe amongst, people. But it's something that people of color have been saying for a very long time. Before there was infectious disease, running around. And so I thought about that, how that's just crazy, how, in this time of paranoia with COVID, it's almost like in some communities, as a person of color, you live with that same heightened sense of paranoia, just going to the store to get pan dulces or going to the store to get some milk for your moms or whatever the situation may be. You live in an area where, you have a higher chance of losing your life than some of these folks who are getting COVID. But yet there's no sense of urgency in that situation. And that was just a thought. I'm not trying to make that a conversation because we have an epidemic going on, a pandemic going on, and we need to, we need to take care of the folks who are out there and who can't get tested, who don't know where to get tested. So props to Lyft. I'm an Uber guy. When I would, go to work in Uber, really didn't mess with Lyft, but props to them because what they're doing is they're going to ensure that 60 million free rides are given to people in low-income areas so they can go and get vaccination and also can go get tested. So I think that's super dope for those people who want to to get that done. There might be some people who do that, let's say for the loved ones in their home who might be susceptible to some of the things that COVID is helping enhance the likelihood of your passing. And you might need to get vaccinated to protect them. That might be a call that you have to make. So props to them for doing that. What are your thoughts on that? How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I mean, not everybody would do it, but be the driver, but like, how are they going to be protected as well?
I'm sure hopefully that,
let's say somebody's sick,
if they want to be
shit,
vaccinated, they'll end up getting vaccinated. I would imagine, again, people who are working in the hotels and dealing with a lot of these homeless folks or folks who are infected, who are currently living in hotels, they need to be vaccinated. You got to protect those that are helping out in any type of capacity. people in banks who are working face to face with customers, people in restaurants working face to face. You know, if you're really going to protect people, I guess that's the way to go. Now, you don't have to mandatorily do it. But I think those people should also get offered before we get to the everyday Joes. The people who are in high contact or high probable contact positions in life, I think should definitely get it.
Mm-hmm.
That's my opinion. But yeah, so props to Lyft on that. So we're about 15 minutes before midnight, my love.
Mm-hmm.
And so 2020 is almost out the door. People are always talking about what they're going to leave behind, what they're going to change in 2020. So I'm going to just read off a couple things here, and I would like to get your thoughts on it. How do you feel about these things that, according to it's Nerd at Wab, that's NEDRATAWWAB. That's where I got this. That's the source.com. Go there and check out what they have to offer. So this is their recommendation, the site's recommendation to leave behind in 2020. Not asking for help because you're afraid of people saying no.
I'll let the, assuming that, you know, with the whole, I'll go with the flow of
that someone would tell you no when you ask for something, or
no, that, you know me, like if you want to change or you want to start something new, try something different, you can do it any time of the year.
Right. Again,
I'm just gonna say, I'll play this game with you.
Right, I appreciate that, Queen. So, would you recommend to leave this behind in 2020? Not asking for help because you're afraid of people saying no. Is that a habit you should? So don't leave that behind in 2020. Keep rocking with it. Okay.
I mean, I never had that issue.
Okay.
Next.
All right. Doing everything yourself.
Sorry. You?
About what?
The first question?
Don't ask. No. I ask if someone says no, it's whatever. But I'm not. If I need help, I'm gonna ask for help. I'm not afraid if someone says no. Okay. Doing everything yourself because you don't trust the other people will do it properly.
I'm kind of like really not giving a fuck now. So if you want to help me, even if it's crappy. Hey.
You have let me.
So what's gonna happen?
You have let me help you a little more, so I appreciate that. But I do think that is something you need to leave back in 2020. Competing with people who aren't in competition with you. I don't really think either of us have that type of vibe. But I think if you're someone out there who has that type of personality, you gotta let it go. Live your life.
Do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah, regardless of what.
But just be. I mean, there's no need. Just be confident about who you are. You ain't got. I mean. To me, I'm not looking for approval from nobody.
Assuming that you will fail if you try. Those type of folks are like, man, I would do that, but nah, it wouldn't work out. I had this really great idea, but nah, that wouldn't work out.
I do that at times, huh?
Well, I mean, I think you have a little bit of that in you. I think that's something definitely you should leave back in 2020. I think a lot of us, I have that in me as well. I think doubt is a major factor, especially coming from the generations that we were raised in, where, you know, a lot of times in our cultures, there's a ceiling that's put on how far, you know, you might be able to go rather than pushing you to the moon. It's like, all right, we're just going to try to get you here because you should be right here because, look, I made it and I was fine with where I reached. Keeping your thoughts to yourself when they need to be shared with others, speak up. So only sharing the thoughts that are relevant maybe to the situation or the person that you're speaking to maybe, you know, be more inward with your overall feeling. I think that's something I do need to definitely, work on.
I know, because you've been pretty snappy.
Snappy? Nah, I just been telling it like it is.
You've been snappy.
Have I been lying though? When I've been snapping, are these facts or not?
No, sometimes they're not. Sometimes, and don't you go ask me to name them now, and
No,
I'm
I'm
not
cool.
gonna be able to name them
I'm not.
because I can't remember at the moment.
Right. I'm not. So how about this? Finding temporary fixes instead of long-term solutions. Leave this in 2020. So is it better to compromise on something now rather than to fix it right off the bat? So hey, here's the short-term solution. The compromise is I won't do A, B, C, and D, but eventually I'm going to go ahead and do that. Or is it best to just kind of go, cold turkey with the solution? Or
I mean, depending on what you're talking about.
yeah, I guess that's true. Avoidance.
Sometimes I want to avoid arguments, and I think that's a good,
depending on how it's worked out. What about gossiping about people to make yourself feel better? Not saying you do. I'm just reading off the list. You're not really a person to be like, "Ooh, guess who got shot?" or something like that. No, but there are people who are like that, and that, especially on social media type stuff. You gotta let that go. Complaining about things.
I had to cancel it.
And I commend you. Complaining about things not going well while not trying to improve things. Those woe is me people. Like, oh, I can't believe it. My kid can't read. Well, do you read to them? Nah, I don't have the time. Whatever. You know what I mean? It's like you're not trying to improve. Either yourself or anybody else. Resisting going to see a therapist because you because you want to be able to do it on your own.
Help, bitch.
I think that's a first step of trying to get better is asking for true help.
Mental health is fucking important.
Very.
It is important. Everybody deals with it their own certain way, but I couldn't take it anymore. I needed help, and I'm not doing the drugs. I decided not to do the drugs, but she's helping me with trying to cope.
That's good, yeah.
In certain circumstances. So,
I'm proud of you.
Whoever needs it, take it.
Yeah.
Right now, a lot of people are offering free mental health services.
Yeah. Right now.
I can't tell you, but just a lot of this, they're trying to avoid suicides.
Yeah, of course. And it's sad because you're hearing how more children are becoming depressed, being disconnected from their friends and stuff like that. So, right now, check on all your loved ones. Check on check on your strongest friend, and your weakest friend. Just try to stay in contact, social media, however you can, because everybody's going through it. You're going through it. They're going through it. I tell my people all the time, especially people I work with, that on that other end of the phone, you have to understand that someone is going through it, and not that you have to be soft or sensitive to somebody, but just have that awareness and be aware of how you're speaking to people and the intentions of your words and their intentions as well. Being able to read someone's energy, their aura, their vibe gets people a lot further than being rude or short with someone.
Sometimes you just
No, trust me, sometimes you got to give it to somebody. There's nothing wrong with that. But there's also times when, that's something you really don't need to do. You don't know what that person's going through. So you don't want to make excuses, but, you do need to be mindful of how you treat people. So...
Happy New Year, y'all.
Yeah, we stopped real quick, so a little rough edit. We apologize when we wanted to bring in 2021 with one another, the start of 2021. So, Happy New Year, baby. And like you said earlier, every day is a new day. So, continue to work on ourselves, improve our lives. You spoke on mental health. Please, find an outlet, do something to kind of break the monotony of everyday life, and just try to get better every day. So shout out to all my loved ones, my family, my mother, my father, my sister, all of my immediate family, all my friends, my brothers, Dan and Pooh, just everybody, Dreamy the kids. I mean, just name a lot of people, but just Happy New Year and love y'all. What about you, babe?
Same here.
Ditto. So one thing I did last year that I'm not going to do this year is I'm not going to badmouth anything before I actually try it. So I was hard on Master P and his wrap chips and his cup of noodles and all this kind of stuff. So the liquor store that I usually walk past popped in there just recently to grab some things, and I saw out the corner of my eye they had the wrap snack stand. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna eventually check it out. I know you normally fuck with cup of noodles, and so
no, I do not.
You don't mess with like the Korean joints. You're gonna lie to my face?
Oh, those.
Those, yeah.
Not often. I buy it like maybe if anything like once a year.
Right. So this would be we're not gonna be eating
My dad loves those.
Your dad loves them, but we're not gonna be eating them every day. Once every blue moon. But so what we've done today is, and please, we're gonna eat live on air, so that I know this is something I've gone off on Mimi about, but we're gonna try the wrap snacks. So
Yes.
I have the notorious big cookout barbecue sauce potato chips, and they are from the Wrap Icon line. You don't even wait. You dive right into the wavy Cardi B jerky buffalo potato chips. So
You don't know, because while you eating, you can step away and not be all up in the fucking microphone.
Ooh.
See?
Ooh.
Oh yeah, it's already
You
2021 anyway.
You teaching me
so my
something.
30
New
minutes
game.
For what I did, what I promised.
yeah,
and it's over.
I'm pretty sure you cussed before the 30-minute mark.
But anywho,
go ahead.
because you be doing that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Sorry.
You be making me mad. Wendy's right.
Ooh. Wendy says I make you mad. Wow. What?
But anywho, yeah. So I ate first only so you can talk. It's only so you can eat while I talk.
I got
Damn.
you. All right.
I thought we were partners.
We are partners. So let's talk about it.
What is it? Jerk barbecue? I guess you can kind of taste the jerk and the barbecue in it. Was it something I'll be like, oh man, I've been craving some of these? No.
So this wouldn't move into your chip rotation. Okay. I want you to try the biggies.
Oh, look, they're different.
They're different, yeah. Cardi's are wavy.
This is more like your neck of the woods.
Why is this my neck of the woods? Because it's barbecue? Is that a racial stereotype or what?
This chip, you like them thin,
Yeah. Well, I don't like
like crispy.
I don't like the ridges. I like them almost like a kind of potato chip. So, what do you think about which one do you like better?
Maybe those, because it's just like barbecue.
Yeah.
But it's crazy because it's the same staple on all of them.
The biggie tastes like
Oh shit, I'm all fired.
the biggie tastes like your average barbecue chip. It's not bad, but it isn't different. So I guess if I'm gonna buy a barbecue chip now, I'm gonna buy the biggie barbecue chip over the Ruffles if it's
Are you?
there. If I see it, just those. I mean, it's the same shit.
How much were those?
I didn't even look. So on the back, it gives you a shout out to Mansell who designed this. Mansell.com. Gives you a little write up on Big on the back. Brooklyn legend Christopher Wallace, aka Notorious Big, is known as one of the most prolific MCs to ever touch the mic. So, in the words of B.I.G., we can't change the world unless we change ourselves. Now, this is written on the front of the bag. Utilizing educational and financial literacy took tools to empower our youth as well as the elderly in our communities. The Christopher Wallace Memorial Foundation and the Rap Snacks Boss Up Foundation are dedicated to providing the necessary resources to improve and enrich our communities. Our working goal is to end violence and poverty through education, community outreach, and entrepreneurship. So, if you want to learn more, visit rapsnackfoundation.com. So I guess I'm hoping every bag you buy, whatever the price is, that money funnels back into. I have to check on this. So if you eat a whole bag it's 400 calories. If you eat 13 chips, it's 150. So just think about that.
Fucking bag away. Yeah, that's crazy. Did you try
so, I tried it. It was cool.
You can taste a jerk, right? You can see.
Yeah, it gets a little spice. I mean, for Cardi, let me read her real quick. Again, shout out to Mansell who designed this. Being successful in life and in the music business is all about being true to who you are. It's just basically a quote. They have no info on Cardi other than a quote. So, I mean, I can see people in the hood or people who fuck with popular culture seeing these in their local store and buying these instead of Ruffles or whatever to support their favorite artist. But, I mean, it's not anything.
So would you go buy these?
Again, if for whatever reason, if I wanted, I'm not a barbecue chip person, but let's say I was at Firehouse Subs or one of these spots, getting a sandwich.
Mama T's.
I doubt Mama T's is gonna shout out to her, but I doubt Mama T's and Chino is gonna have wraps.
No, it's right next door. You have these right next door. Duh.
Okay. Duh. So if I wanted barbecue chips and the biggies were right next to the Ruffles, I'm gonna spend the money with what I'm gonna do some research on and see if they really do share that money. So if I'm gonna buy that,
so I was told today. I'm not gonna say the person's name because, you know, how about if it's wrong and I don't want to put the person on blast, but I haven't had the time to research, but that Kendrick Lamar and a few other fellas have donated.
Fellas? Kendrick and his fellas?
Gentlemen.
A gentleman. Kendrick and the fellas. Go ahead.
How would you be okay with me calling them?
By their name?
I don't know their name, so how do you want me to...
So who are they? What do they do?
I don't know. They're artists. They're like rappers or
so
I don't know.
Kendrick and a
and
few other
people,
artists.
They've donated money.
It's not. Let me just stop you real quick. It's not offensive to call somebody a rapper.
No, I don't know exactly who it is. Okay. I guess they're. I wouldn't say celebrities. I don't know what they are.
Okay, so Kendrick and some other celebrities.
Yeah, I think celebrities. Yeah, but they donate. They've donated money to the city for like.
Of Compton?
I believe so, yes. For the under...
so I know Dre and Jimmy Iovine are doing work in Compton. I know that Kendrick has donated a lot of money to Compton High School and the Compton Unified School District. The Game has done it. Compton is the West Coast hub of hip-hop. So, and I mean that because not only just NWA... but just the sheer amount of artists that have come from Compton. When a lot of people talk about the Bronx or Brooklyn or, you know, they talk about these East Coast places and all these artists who have come from there or these cities, you know, Compton has produced just as many superstars as some of these other places. And the contribution to hip hop is, you know, is up there. Some might even say might be unrivaled, depending on who you talk to. Definitely when it comes to popular hip hop or rap. So yeah, you know, it's a beautiful thing that they're giving back to the community, and you know, Compton is trying to transform itself, trying to get back. It's a city with a lot of potential, but it has a lot of problems. So there's a young brother out there by the name of Hub City Dre who's really plugged in. I'm not even gonna pretend I'm plugged in. This man, this man walks it, talks it, and believes it, and does it. So anything Compton, I would defer to him. Hub City Dre. Check him out on YouTube. Check him out on Instagram. HUBCITYDRE. Hub City Dre. 3 words. Go ahead and Google him, and he'll definitely get you plugged in to what's going on in Compton. If you are a Compton resident, you should be plugged in and following him anyway, to know what's going on in your city. But yeah, I don't know how we got to Compton, but shout out to Rap Snacks, I guess.
No, my source was okay. No, you were saying about how if they donate that money really to.
I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna look into Master P and see what he's doing with that, because I would rather support that than.
So you be buying ramen now, huh?
I won't do the ramen, and I'll do it. Like I said, I'm not gonna go ahead and order a case of the chips off, Amazon and start giving them to D, because we don't even give D chips like that. You know what I mean? But if I'm out somewhere, and again, if I see them and I'm like, yo, I'm going, we're having chips today for whatever reason, sandwiches, whatever, I'm going to go ahead and get me some Rap Snacks if they're there. But it's not, I would rather support.
More because of the image that's there, or because of the cause, if that's what the case is.
I don't know how much it costs, so it's not about the cost. It's about
the cause.
Oh, the cause. It's about, yes, they're supporting, it's a black business, a business of color, supporting people in need. We shout out One Hope Wine. Shout out to onehopewine.com/Benji Banks. Go check my boy out. But we shout out businesses all the time. So I feel like one thing we should do in 2021, I know that, whenever we do our Amazon shopping, we're giving money to a place called Home. But I think we should be more aware of.
Central?
In South Central, right? But I think we should be more aware of where we're spending our money and who we're spending our money with. You know what I mean? And try to do more things local, more things small business, and spend money with people who appreciate and need our business. You know what I mean? So that's something I'm gonna, look into. As well with trying to become more self-sustainable. I sent you those videos for those pots that kind of grow themselves. Type of thing, and I really want to try a few things, and see what we can, do.
Yeah, I'm interested in that. We just gotta put a fence for your dog.
Well, I was thinking of just putting it here in the back for the meantime, by where your mom's window is and everything like that, right there where the pool stuff is, where have that little area. Your pops is not really using it. We allow him to use that side corner anyway, so why not start small there? Because the only investment is the pots, which we will reuse later if we decide to expand. So we don't have to get all that other stuff. We can get that little tarp we already have to shade it over in the summertime when we need it, when we don't want it to be hit with direct sunlight. And now the conversation is, okay, what do we want to try to grow back there, for the meantime? So, get the pots, put them back there, and decide what it is we want to do. But, cucumber. Shout out to that brother. Eat the zucchini.
Nah, definitely zucchini. But yeah,
I want some vegetable root stew. I'm still waiting for some Italian stew.
I got you.
You keep telling me you got me, and I'm still waiting.
It's a little hard because I've never had it.
Let me ask you: do you think it was harder to be broke when we were younger, or do you think the broke kids have it better than us now?
Definitely the broke kids have it better now. I mean, I don't know.
Broke is broke. Let me just say that. We are not trying to make kids who are broke now or people who are struggling, adults who are broke now, feel any less broke. We understand it's real. We were just having a conversation.
We've not met everybody. We're just the broke people that we've been around or that I've seen.
And we're only speaking from personal experience. We talked about the differences in being broke now. Like, kids now will complain that their cell phone is turned off. Back in the day, we didn't have any of that. You know what I mean? And even if the technology, a lot of people say, well, the reason you didn't have cell phones back, or didn't have a disconnected cell phone, was because the cell phone didn't exist. But also back then, if it did, it was going to be really expensive, and we couldn't have afforded it anyway. So we wouldn't have had those type of things. I can't get on.
Beepers were a luxury.
Right. I can't get on Xbox today, or I can't log into PlayStation. The PlayStation Network's down. We didn't know what the fuck that was.
The only reason my sister had one is because she worked
babysitting. Yeah. I had one, and I wasn't dealing dope or nothing. I was just waiting on friends to text me bullshit. Or not text, but beat me bullshit. The occasional beat from my pops or my moms or whoever. You know what I mean? It was a luxury, and it was like a wasted $11 a month or something. And I remember walking in there feeling like I was doing something. Got my little. I paid extra to get a color coded. You know, they had the colored ones and shit. I forgot. I think I had a red colored one or whatever. Like, this shit was so ridiculous. You know.
I think I had a red too.
Oh, you did? What's up, girl? You had a red in South Central? What? You was out there?
But yep.
That's crazy. I mean, the fads that we follow and the things that we do to, you know, to fit in, you know, it's that human element of wanting to be accepted. Everybody wants to be accepted. It's crazy. So yes, definitely tougher being broker when we were kids, just because, you know.
I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of people now. When I see broke, got still these kids have their iPhones, and it's like, what you mean broke?
Right.
How you gonna be broke owning every fucking family member having an iPhone? Like, how you gonna be broke?
I think the definition of broke has changed. You know what I mean? And I think broke has...
I mean, maybe there are people that really don't have cell phones, kids or whatever. I don't know, but no disrespect to them. I know
our son don't have a cell phone. We broke. You don't got a cell phone?
No, he don't have it for security reasons.
No, because we broke. Don't front. We broke. He ain't got a cell phone. That's why.
No, he don't either.
But no, there's people who are definitely out there struggling. I just think that broke is now kind of a word. People call people broke boy, broke girl. You know what I mean? It's like, it's almost kind of like a sub. It's like a diss. And so when you use that, just like when people use the N-word, nigga, you know what I mean? When you change how that feels, it loses some of its power, you know, in that context. So it's the same thing, I think, with the word broke, where it loses that, and it no longer, because it's so commonly used, just like kind of whatever. When our day, when it was used, like, oh, you broke, you know, that meant something. Like, oh shit, we didn't have no money, we eating frijoles for the next couple of days, or you know, we trying to make this chicken stretch, whatever it was, you know what I mean? You know, and you know, your parents try to hold it together for that period of time, but you know, I think it's a lot different now. Broke people can eat out, you know what I mean? We broke, so we got to eat out here, or you know, we're broke, so we have to take this budgeted vacation, you know. So I just think it just means something different. Back then it was like, we're surviving.
Yeah.
Tortillas with, you know, with butter, you know what I mean? Yeah, when I was with my pops, you know, I used to have the every day was some, you know, Uncle Ben's rice with sugar, you know, and that's living broke. But we weren't broke. It wasn't like we were struggling. Just we were men with no food in the house. So again, it's just it means different things.
You didn't know how to make nothing.
There was nothing in there to make.
Why didn't you have anything?
Because
you weren't broke.
Because we never went to the store. We never did any of that. So we worked. You know, I would go to school, and after school I would go to Sizzler. I'd wash the dishes, busboy, do whatever. So if I wasn't working, I wasn't eating because I was just stuck at home. So what I would do is I would there used to be a little cucaracha truck that used to come around in Parkview. So you hear the so we ran out to the cucaracha truck or whatever, and I would get this would be my meal every day. Piece of biote. What is it? I always fuck it up. Bolillo.
Birote.
Bedote.
Ay, chingado. Bread.
Bread. Told you I have the worst tongue with that. Piece of bread, camote, and a Coke, and a Mexican Coca-Cola.
You sure do have a camote.
Hey, and I would come upstairs, chill my Coke, and then I would start cooking my camote, because it would, in my oven it would take forever, and I didn't know how. I was trying to learn how to kind of cook. I was like 14 at the time, so it would take hours to get that motherfucker ready. You know, not knowing that I could poke holes in it and put it into a microwave, it could be done in minutes. Once I found that out, it was over. And then I just would have brown sugar or white sugar with some butter. I would eat that, and then before I go to bed, to inflate my stomach, I would eat the bread with the soda, and that would be that meal if I didn't work. You know, if I worked, then you know, it was different. I was able to go ahead and eat at Sizzler. So that's a different type of just, we didn't have food. I wouldn't say we were broke. We just didn't have grub. So there was just nobody going to the store. My pops ate out, the whole entire time. There wasn't anyone who was there cooking, So, and then we always worked in the food service kind of gig, so it didn't matter. You had food there.
Okay.
So, I mean, well, you had your mom's cooking for you for the majority of the time, right? Grandma.
Until we got older.
Yeah, then you would cook for self. But when you would you cook small meals for self, or if you cooked, you would cook for everybody? Would you just ever say, fuck it, I want some eggs for me, so I'm only going to make eggs for me? Or if you wanted eggs...
If it was just because my food wasn't done, and unless my mom said, okay, this is what we're going to do, she would meal plan, so I'm not going to be taking she would say, oh, do this.
Mm-hmm. But I'm saying, would you ever just get up and make breakfast for everybody just to do it? No? Because that was just your mom or your grandma shit to do, or what? Was that their, was there a pecking order? Was there like a...
No, because we would always work up later than them.
Okay, because you was out partying doing your thing, so they would get up earlier.
No, I'm talking about when the kid, older.
I'm talking about, yeah, just as whenever you were able to get up and I don't know.
Usually they would be like, I would cook. I'd be like, I'll make breakfast or, yeah.
So at some point, when did your mom give you the clearance to cook in her kitchen?
When she needed me to?
But not, of course, but I'm saying you could just go in there and turn on the kitchen and just start cooking for whatever reason you wanted to. Or did you have to kind of earn that? No, so from jump, if you wanted to go in there and make an egg, you didn't have to, it wasn't like, oh, this is my kitchen, this is where my things are. No, okay.
The fuck, who does that?
No, I'm just asking. I don't know if that's, I don't know if that's something that, women are not so much territorial about, but just more of, I own this. This is my kitchen. Because I know you're that way with where shit is positioned within the kitchen. So I was thinking, could that be a bigger, thing?
Only because I know where my shit's at, and I want it there because that's where I'm used to putting it and getting it from. But no, I mean, my mom and I, she knows where shit's at now, so she puts it there. But
how old were you when you first made your first meal for the entire family? Do you remember? Where everybody ate for something you made. That was your shit.
Sometime maybe in junior high or high school.
Oh, okay.
I think so.
Do you remember what it was?
The chile verde con.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the first time that
And do you remember the reaction? Do people like it? Were you were you nervous, or did you know you knew you had it?
No, I mean, how difficult can it be?
Well, shit. For a lot of people, I guess it's difficult.
I mean, I know the flavors, so.
Yeah. So how have you improved on your mother's style of cooking? You're very diverse.
No, I'm making my own. It's the things I like. She's very particular with the things she likes.
Right.
And there's a lot of spices she doesn't like.
Right. But when you recreate her dishes, so you're very diverse. And no disrespect to your mother's a master in the kitchen, but I think, it's what she grew up on. It's what she's known. You've been able to experience more, and you're very diverse in the kitchen. You can do Asian, Middle Eastern, Italian, soul food, all kinds of crazy shit. Whatever I ask you to do, chicken cordon bleu, But when you are doing one of her dishes, do you just stick to her rules, or do you try to amplify them?
Yeah, usually Mexican, I tend to mostly keep it original, because if it ain't broke, don't.
Right. Is it because of the flavors, or just?
Yeah, I mean they're fine as it is.
The pride, this is how we do it, so I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
change
I mean
that
a little bit of both, but the flavor, it's just you can't. It's good. It's good. It's just certain things you can't change. You just can't. It's so good, you can't. Mm-hmm. There's no point. It's just the way it is. But mainly Mexican, I try to keep the way it is. Because as it is, my mom has a unique flavor of the way she does.
She does. She has her definite
very
flavor.
picky with spices she likes,
and her quality of products too. That's one thing I noticed. Like she's very picky, as if she owned like a restaurant or something like that. And I guess it's just that love, and you are too. She's definitely giving that to you, where you're like, we gotta go here because this place has the best tomatillos. And like, what do you mean? We're at this spot. We just can't get everything here. And you guys are both very like, nope, we gotta go here.
Because you already know their shit they be carrying is garbage. So why are you gonna buy it?
And I'm not mad. I'm mad at the time from running around, but then once the finished product hits my mouth, I'm just like, I understand why it's so important to you
after
guys.
you've been barking and shit,
well, we're
like
not
you make
this
it
about
unenjoyable.
that. We're talking about the love of food right now. We're not talking about you barking. Okay. Yeah, you bark too. But anyway, so what's your favorite non-Mexican dish of your mom?
Non-Mexican
dish that she makes. What's your favorite non-Mexican?
I don't know what. I can't think right now. Throw a few out there that she does.
I don't know.
You be eating too.
What she'll do like her little mixes of like sausages with onions, and like she's got different little
but
things.
She just be making shit up. It's like maybe it's people be eating that, but she's like, hey, what do I have here? Let me make this work.
She'll make like some like, I don't know, like, I don't want to call it bootleg because it's not, but she makes like this like a weird like orange chicken type shit. Like she flips up so many different things. She's really the master. They call it that one pot cooking or whatever, but she'll throw a lot of stuff in there. Her chicken and rajas are really good. I like yours better because yours are more you're doing a different cut. It's a little more refined. Hers are a little more I don't want to say chunky, but like a little more raw cut. But no, I think she gets down. But I don't know off the top her non-Mexican dishes. I don't know. That's tough because that's her wheelhouse. I love her soups. Her soups are always fire and hearty.
But does she really have any non-Mexican?
Well, the torta de atún is definitely not Mexican.
I don't know what the fuck that is, but that ain't fire though.
No, I don't. I mean, there's kids that like
people
it. People
love that shit. I'm cool. I can pass on it.
Yeah. So for those that don't know what that is,
if I'm hungry, I'll eat it, but it's not my favorite thing.
Can you explain what the torta de atún is for the people?
It's
who
just
don't
like
know what it is?
It's like layers of white bread spread with mayo, and with a tuna, like a tuna
mix.
A tuna mix. It's just mayo and the tuna, and her own little spices or seasoning she puts on there, and then she puts a bread, tuna bread, and then she fucking tops it off, with
mashed potatoes. And people love it. They go crazy.
Like, it's crazy because it's the fucking texture. It's perfect, but it's just... I don't mess with it. Like too much. I be taking off the potato. Because that's not...
So then it's just a fucking tuna sandwich, which I don't have a problem with tuna sandwich.
Just stop complaining and take off the potato.
I don't need it. Out of respect, I don't need it. Because that's how it's supposed to be eaten. And you know what? And honestly, it's not like it gets thrown away. The people kill it. So, again, it's not for me. I'm not hating your mother's a genius. She knows what she does. But it's just not for me. So I can just say I'm cool.
I think it's her pastas. She be getting down with her fucking pastas.
She made one the other night that was really fire.
Tito, man, she's like, I'm tired, but I have to make my nene his no, what does she call him? My príncipe? Well, I don't know what the fuck.
Príncipe,
she's like, I have to make him his spaghetti. Yeah. And this motherfucker be killing bowls upon bowls upon bowls.
He loves your grandma's little throw together meals. His grandmother's throw together meals. She made something the other night.
Stanky cheese. He doesn't like Parmesan.
No, he likes.
He doesn't like that because I don't like that powder one, but the fresh, he doesn't really.
He doesn't fuck with Parmesan.
Man, put some cotija in there.
It's got to be Mexican cheese. If it's
He's
not
like,
Mexican
give me some more of that salty cheese.
Yeah, if it's not Mexican cheese, he's not messing with it. You know, he likes his provolone. So let me walk that back a little bit. He likes his Italians, but he's really big on his Mexican cheese. And the other day, what was he grubbing on? He was loving something. Damn, I was gonna say it, but you tripped me up. But it was something or other that he was just tearing up. He was just grubbing. He really liked what she had made. Mm-hmm. It wasn't Winnie Cohuevo, it was something else. But yeah, props to her. I love her tostadas de ejote. Mm-hmm. The little green bean tostadas. Those are fire. So good. So good. Can't wait to have that. Shout out to Mariscos El Rafa. We recently were there, or not there, but recently picked up some grub, and it was delicious. Delicious. I miss Mariscos.
Indeed it was. Yes, I do.
So speaking of
sushi.
Yeah, I miss sushi too. Speaking of delicious shit. So we are from Southern California, so we are very familiar with King's Hawaiian rolls, right? Mm. And you're very familiar with them because you used to live in South Central. And not too far from South Central is where the bread is produced in Torrance. So, you know, I always thought King's Hawaiian was some local shit. You know, I didn't understand that it had blown up globally. Of course, I was older. You go places and you see that, oh shit, they got King's Hawaiian. You know, I'm in Tampa. Wow, it's crazy. Oh shit, they got King's Hawaiian. I'm over here. This is wild. So, there's a gentleman in New York who is suing King's Hawaiian for falsely claiming that it was made in China. And now he has been able to move this to an actual court where they're going to be able to try to sue King Hawaiian for that. So what are your thoughts on shit like this? This is 2021.
I can't with these people. I just can't. I can't.
Why would a judge not throw this out?
But then yet, you know, fuck America the Beautiful.
As far as you can sue whoever you want to?
Yeah.
But I mean,
can do,
really,
it's just...
If you own King's Hawaiian, would you just say, look, man, here's $10,000, go away. We're not made the rolls are not made in Hawaii.
Shit. All you gotta do is turn the back of it, or all you gotta do is Google, where is this shit made?
Right.
If you're that concerned.
Now, supposedly on the packaging, it mentions some island in Hawaii. It doesn't mention, or it didn't mention that it was made in like Lakewood or whatever it was at. But I you know, this is definitely somebody who has too much time in his hands.
If you enjoy it that much, you'll do the research. Like, I know it was made in Torrance, and not because I'm from here, but because I was reading the package and I'm like, oh, okay. I didn't know. That's how I found out at some point. I was like, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, you know,
people
try to get
never
over.
Happy. Yes.
And I think at the end of the day, it's wild that these courts don't shut some of this down because it seems frivolous, unless there's more to the story that I was able to pull up. But we'll keep an eye on this because I want to see how this plays out, because this could open the door to so much more. Other people saying that there was some sort of, you know, misrepresentation on different products, you know, and that opens up a lot of liability to some of these brands and some of these businesses. So I think that'll be a very interesting take. But it's late. Let's wrap it up. It is 2021 now. This is the first episode of 2021. You're listening to the Moraignes. I am D. Moragne, and who are you?
Mimi.
And we just want to wish everybody a very happy New Year.
All right, to whatever everybody wants to celebrate, believe, whatever, just let's start this year off right.
Yes.
Less hate, more love. Whatever you believe in, cool, believe in it. Just mind your business and mind other people's business. Be kind to others and respect other people's views. You know, let's just love. So, on that note, you got some loving to do and make.
Ooh. So yeah, that means we gotta go. So anyway, you're listening to the Moraignes on Spotify, Facebook, possibly Instagram, or on Lisbon. Just go ahead and Google us, Moragne Podcast. Happy 2021, y'all. Peace.
Happy New Year, y'all.
Yeah, we stopped real quick, so a little rough edit. We apologize when we wanted to bring in 2021 with one another. We started 2021, so happy New Year, baby, and